Ay, 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 Poppy.
What is going on, Adventure Nation? In this episode, we check out Dallas, including the JFK assassination site. This is the Motorhome Experiment.
What are you doing? You're moving us all.
Oh, sorry. We are rolling out of the Midway Corps of Engineers Park.
It's our first experience in a COE park.
And pretty cool. The sites were huge.
I have to say, that was we were totally uneducated, but we thought we could not stay in a COE park. We thought it was just for
some reason military or government employees or something
like that. So we're like, oh, we cannot stay. And I think it was at the RV thing. Somebody says like, oh, you should go and stay. It's a COE park. It's like, but it's pretty cool.
And Kevin and Laura had stayed somewhere before too.
Well, I didn't know about them. But it was like somebody else told us, it's like, you should go and stay there. And we're like, I didn't know we could stay. And it's like open to the public. So if you're one of those people that didn't know you could stay here, now you know you can stay.
Yeah, and the site was so big, a back-end site, so big that I could pull forward and have Lorena back the car in behind and hook up in our site. It was that long and that wide.
Every site here, especially ours, but every site here is just so long. Just there's some sites though, they're a little bit on the slope, so it will be very hard to level really. But for the most part, any size where it can fit here.
Yep, pretty cool. And right on the lake, so if you spent some time here and you had a boat or something and you wanted to do boating or kayaking, you can go out to the lake. And super handy to Waco, so that you can do the Magnolia Market and the Dr. Pepper Museum. Wouldn't you like to be a pepper too? I got my new t-shirt. Got to figure out what shirt I'm going to get rid of now.
I like it because it looks vintagey. Well, I already got rid of 2 of your t-shirts, so probably you don't have to get rid of anything else.
Which shirts?
Just
see this, folks?
See, he doesn't even really notice.
I can't believe you toss out my shirts without me knowing.
So you can see on the side in front of us, the truck and trailer, and see how much space is in front of us.
There was actually one site, and I think it's that site right there that we just saw, that had 2 trailers in it. And I don't know how much they allow that, but that one had it, so I'm assuming they do. But now, we had a couple of viewers recommend the Mammoth National Monument here in Waco, so we're going to do that. Lori's going to jump out and get some garbage. Oh, there's a guy right behind us, so just have to wave him around. And we're going to go to the Mammoth National Monument, and we want to thank Mark Williams and Sharon Briggs for that. They recommended that, so we did that. And so that's what we're doing now. We're heading over there. So let's do this. The Midway Corps of Engineers campground is right on Lake Waco, and it is really handy to all the attractions that Waco, Texas have to offer, including the Magnolia Market and the Dr. Pepper Museum. The Midway Corps of Engineers campground was a beautiful stay, but it was time to head on out and up the road, but we didn't go too far before it was time to stop by a really cool spot where giant mammoths once roamed the earth. The Waco Mammoth National Monument sits on 100 acres of wooded parkland along the Bosque River. Now, we like doing this kind of stuff, so if you guys know that we're going to be in an area that has this kind of stuff, let us know. We just happen to be in the Waco area. Didn't even see this. What are we doing? We're going to see the Dr. Pepper Museum and what's the other place? Magnolia Market, and we were going to ignore the mammoths, which is kind of more important thing. Well, we didn't know, right? So you don't know what you don't know. But this is kind of cool stuff. It's a part of natural history, which is always cool. And so we're glad that someone let us know, and now we can go check it out.
And that's how we have found about so many things to do, is because of you guys. You tell us, oh, when we go through this area, do this, or we happen to post something on Instagram or Facebook, you tell us right away you should go and do that. Like in the caves in Kentucky, remember?
Yeah, Mammoth Cave.
And also we did some sort of like Halloween stuff over there too. So that's how we find out about stuff.
and we can't do it all. So that's why, you know, we pick specific things to go into an area. We go to do those things, and you can't get everything in. But if something pops up and we're able to slide in a little bit of time, we're happy to do that. Yeah. So this is going to be pretty cool.
And right now we're in a little trail walking towards the exhibit.
Yeah, the exhibit it's about, I guess, a 10-minute walk, she said, and then the exhibit is in a building out here, so this should be cool. It is approximately a 300-yard walk to the dig shelter, and the entire facility is wheelchair accessible. The National Park Service website tells us that the Waco Mammoth National Monument is one of the world's most unique paleontological sites due to the discovery of the nation's first and only recorded evidence of a nursery herd of Pleistocene Columbian mammoths. That was super cool.
It was. That was a great suggestion because it's just amazing to see how big they were. On size.
Like 14. What'd she say? 14 foot
14
tall.
14 foot. Yeah, it's crazy. Well, 14 foot. It was the male that is there.
Right.
And even the scale that is there, it says it's not big enough to that size.
Just crazy. It just to be like the first person to walk up on that, like Lori and I were talking about, though, it's like. We would walk up, parking lot's that way. We would walk up and see a bone and think, and then just ignore it. But somebody had the wherewithal to start digging it up to see what was under there and run into mammoth. They have 23 mammoths uncovered so far at this site. 16 of them were all together, and then the rest were in the building there. So just absolutely incredible. After leaving the Waco Mammoth National Monument, we headed north up to Lake Whitney to the Thousand Trails Park, where we spent a couple of days kicking back and relaxing. Rolling out of Lake Whitney RV Park, which is a Thousand Trails Park. I will say
this is one of those iffy ones.
Typical Thousand Trails, kind of. I think at one point it might have been a Corps of Engineers campground or something else, because it kind of looks like a little bit state parky in areas, but
it's just not well maintained, I have to say.
I would
think like any Thousand Trails are trying to improve some things, some areas, common areas. We saw the mini golf, it was clean.
Yeah.
The frisbee golf is like, there's like a little course there. The basketball court and that, they were very nice.
Basketball court's perfect shape because nobody uses it. About a third of the electrical in the park does not work. Bags on so much stuff, it's crazy. And their biggest asset here that they don't use, Lake Whitney. It's this huge, beautiful lake, and the property butts right up to it, and they basically have it so that you have a hard time getting to it. It's crazy. So
they have a chain where you cannot cross that. We cross anyway.
Yeah, there's a little parking lot there, but there's no signage telling you that this is the trail to the lake. It's beautiful. Once you walk down there, you're like, holy smokes, it's so beautiful. But there's not really a beach area. There's no boat launch area. So a little bit underutilized there, and one of what I think is their biggest assets.
And the only network that works here is Verizon.
Yeah, Verizon only if you're here, folks. But I will say, the spots were really quiet. The spots were beautiful. Again, just not well maintained, but they're beautiful and quiet. Super quiet campground. I mean, we're out in the rural area, so the gunshots were fairly heavy last night. But that's to be expected out in a rural area.
We're in Texas.
And we're in Texas, so not a big deal. We're kind of getting used to it from Arcadia. But overall, a fairly quiet stay here. And now we're rolling up to Dallas.
This part of Texas is packed with rolling hills, beautiful farms, and quaint little towns like Cleburne, Texas. But before we knew it, we were in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, met with lots of traffic, some cool flags, and then our final destination, the KOA in Arlington, Texas.
We arrived in Dallas yesterday.
I forgot my sunglasses.
Can't believe she interrupted me.
You will start driving, and
then you don't get your sunglasses?
Yeah.
I'll go get them because I'm a nice guy.
Thank you.
All right, where were we before you so rudely interrupted me? It wasn't rude. You were fine.
I'm rude. I'm always rude.
We are in Dallas, and we're going to head into downtown Dallas to check out some of the historic sites down there. But, again, with typical TME fashion, what's closed today?
The 6th floor museum, that's a JFK museum.
Yeah, the JFK stuff. It's kind of one of the big reasons that we came here. I mean, we came here to visit friends and stuff too, but the JFK thing was one of the big reasons, and it's closed on Mondays and Tuesdays. So we're not going to see that, but we are going to go wander around downtown. There's supposed to be some cool stuff down there, and just check it out, see what Dallas has to offer. And then tomorrow we'll go check out Fort Worth, since we're in the DFW Metroplex area.
We didn't have a whole lot of time in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, so we didn't get a chance to check out AT&T Stadium this time, but that would have been cool. There were several other stadiums in the area. Live from Lowe's is in the area, and the Globe Life Field Parks. All very, very cool stuff. I have always wanted to go into Six Flags over Texas, and I was excited to drive by and see all of the rides, but we remained focused and fixed our sights on downtown Dallas, Texas.
All right, we have found parking here in downtown Dallas. Original place we stopped was 20 bucks for like a couple of hours. So we found up just an outdoor lot here that is $9 for the entire day. And then we can walk around the downtown districts. The art district, there's a historic district, and a few other things, and we're gonna check it out.
So we're gonna start with the historic district.
So this area up here is the grassy knoll where Zapruder shot the film, the infamous film of the entire assassination that was turned in to the FBI, to the authorities to be reviewed. And the X's on the road there mark the spot where the shot supposedly took place. Pretty crazy.
It is. When you know what happened here, it's just kind of weird to be here and see this.
All right, so somehow we lost a day somewhere, thinking that the museum was closed today because today's supposed to be Tuesday, or at least it is in our heads. But in the real world, it's Wednesday, so the museum is open today. So Lori's online right now getting tickets. It's the only way you can buy tickets right now is online, so she's doing that right now. Is there tickets available? Is the other thing. Unfortunately, we're not allowed to do any video recording in the museum, so
You're allowed to take pictures.
but I'm allowed to take pictures. So the JFK Museum, literally in that building right there, that's the old book depository. The JFK Museum was really, really interesting. We'd been watching a couple of documentaries on the whole thing over the past few nights. Yeah.
See what we're gonna see.
So obviously coordinating some of the information and getting some of the information that we would be seeing in the museum. Very interesting. Obviously, a lot of conspiracies about it, a lot of different theories about what happened, the amount of shots, where the shots come from, lone gunman, not lone gunman, all that kind of stuff. So pretty interesting reading.
That's a cool building. Just
it is a cool building.
That's a side note.
With that being said, Lori, the JFK Museum, let's give it the good old rating, shall we?
Well, I tried to do it 15 years ago. I was here as a tourist visiting, and that day the museum was closed.
Okay.
So this is my first time in the museum, and it's just extremely interesting. Come with time so you can read everything. I would say if in the area, it's a Dallas, right? It's a Dallas thing.
I would also say it too if in the area.
There you go. So we agree.
Yes, we agree on that one. Day trip. I mean, if you're gonna do a day trip, if you're within a day, you're probably gonna come to Dallas anyways. But if you're in Dallas, definitely do it if you're here. Now we've got some more exploring to do. We are gonna head over to a park that is on top of the freeway. We're gonna go check out some art stuff and just wander around downtown Dallas.
And I have to say, downtown Dallas, it has a few streets that are a little bit sketchy.
There are a couple sketchy
but there's
streets.
other areas like where we're right now that's just so pretty.
Right. It looks beautiful here. This is the West End Historic District. Are currently in Clyde Warren Park, and Clyde Warren Park is unique because it's in the middle of downtown Dallas and it's directly over top of the I-30 freeway. I believe it is one of the freeways. I don't know which one it is.
It's pretty cool. I read it in a few blogs, like it was a must do, and when we asked one of the employees at the museum, she told us, oh yeah, you have to go to the park. So here we are. Yeah,
very, very cool. Great green space right in the middle of the city, and obviously there's a tunnel of some sort underneath here for the freeway. Oh, and they've got free Wi-Fi, which for RVers is a big deal, but we don't have our computers with us.
Well, we don't know how good it is. We should test it.
Yes, we should test that.
After being on our feet for quite some time, we decided it was time to take a seat in the historic M-Line trolley, check out a little bit of Dallas Uptown before heading back to the car. The M-Line is a free ride, so it's a great way to check out parts of Dallas that you may not normally see without having to do too much walking or too much driving or Ubering or taxis or however it is you get around town.
Oh, I am. That's the trolley we just got off there, and now we're heading back to the car. That's cool. Yeah, it's a great way to check out some of Dallas from a seat.
Downtown Uptown Dallas, and it's free. You don't have to pay for it. Hop on, hop off wherever you want. And I would say Uptown is more your high rises where people live. You have your restaurants, and you can see the dynamic of the young people living there. Downtown here where we are right now is where you have your museums and all your
a little bit more
buildings,
business district.
more business district. Yeah, but it was pretty cool.
It was. One of the things I love about walking around a city is the architecture. Check out this building behind me, but look at that. Swimming pool.
How cool is that?
I bet there is no skinny dipping there.
I wouldn't think that you want to do that now. Why does it feel, Lori, like somebody's watching me?
Big brotherish.
Yes. We are here at the Sea of Cortez enjoying a little dip, but Lori, what did you think of Dallas?
It's hard to think about Dallas when I'm in the ocean.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? It is pretty nice here, and we're just hanging out and taking a little dip, but this is where we're going to end this particular video. So if this is your first time here, it'd be awesome if you hung out with us a little bit, got to know us, and that means you have to
Subscribe.
hit that subscribe button. It'd be equally as cool if you like the video, and we'll get more into what we're doing here at the Sea of Cortez in a future episode. See ya.
Who shot JR?
I love
That was
that.
Dallas, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was Dallas, the
The
TV
TV
show.
Yeah,
That's
Same
right.
thing, right?
Yep, absolutely.
I
Bye,
love
guys.
Dallas though.